You can't have, yeah, if you're in no way, shape, or form, what does Claymore want?
Hey, man.
Welcome everybody, this is the class segment. Welcome to my TED Talk. So we're gonna get this already and started.
Can someone tell
For
him
those
he's
of you
still
that
too
were
close?
there, commanding conduct today. Your tone, your presence, your attitude when speaking, how to properly present yourself, all that good shit is going to be what's going over today. So we've got our first question. Pull out your phones, get my DM pulled up. We've got how quickly do people form an opinion on a leader?
Nope. We just know how to use it.
Man, I got fucking shit.
Basically, all it is just.
Damn, first answer already.
Built
I'm gonna have to repeat this since I'm kind of.
Yes, and a question.
Yeah,
Do you just want
Baruni.
us to say the time or like put it in detail?
Entirely up to you guys, Doug. Once again, the longer your answer, the more likely you are to get picked for your answer being the best, or the one I use for an example. However, quick answers do make this happen faster so we can do all the cool junk.
Once again, just like last time, excuse my piss poor spelling.
Use autocorrect.
What's the question?
Discord has
I'm
it,
going to
Jay.
ask you to repeat the question since I was trying to pull my thing up.
Claymore is
Once
trying
again,
to join
for
off
those
of
of you
me.
who did not hear the question, how quickly do people form an opinion on a leader?
You became the lightning bolt.
I should only see short and simple answers for this.
You know how big that map was?
Paragraphs, people, paragraphs.
No, like you've been there. You've seen how wide the map is.
I forgot to add punctuation.
Question mark. Cannot spell.
It was
Bro, who's got a class called Ultra Kill?
I don't know, but I want it.
Me too.
We're not PTS, right?
You are on yellow comps.
Alright, so.
Oh.
Shut the fuck up.
God.
Torture?
Torture
Oh,
is an
God.
NCO, I believe.
Oh, Claymore's here.
Who? Look, it wasn't me, my hands.
Mungalo.
I'm gonna step away.
My finger slipped, I'm sorry.
Hey Claymore, what are you doing here, bud?
I say,
You want to help out today?
yeah.
Yeah, sure. What's up?
All right, you go backstage and hang out with those guys.
Okay.
Can I go
Hey,
tell
Torture.
them that we can hear them?
Yes, but
We can hear.
Shit.
you can
I
hear
don't.
them? Yeah, that's
I-
Yeah, I'm
You-
close
are you
enough.
sure you're not hearing the people behind you?
That's who I'm
no
hearing.
Content
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's
Unless-
probably important shit.
I'm not paying attention, but it's
Hold up, I got this,
slowly
I got
getting my
this.
attention.
Yeah, they've been talking about Ultra Kill health classes.
How you doing today, Merwin?
I've been
Now I
Bro,
can
I
slowly
wanna have the Ultra Kill.
gaining more
Okay,
interest in
Question
what
mark,
they're saying.
question mark.
They can hear us now because I can hear you from far back over here.
Oh,
Aspect.
Yeah.
I have
Question
changed the
mark.
coil.
Hey, shut up. That's
Good, I'm
perfect.
still rocking my boat.
Oh, well, sit
next to me.
Backstage.
Good for you, get out!
Underwell.
Back door's not allowed. Big boy
Oh, my bad.
conversation happened in the back door.
Okay, hey, they can hear us now, but the
Wonder what a good
amplifier
question.
ain't on. The
Shut
backstage
up!
whisper ain't on.
Yeah, bro, stop snitching.
My first ever NCO meeting.
Alrighty, once again, ladies and gentlemen, PTS.
This isn't a
Unfortunately, you did not
meeting.
hear the question. The question was... Man, I love my computer. How quickly do people form an opinion on a leader? So, I've got a lot of wonderful answers. You DM that answer to me, Torture. Through
I
Discord.
had a question.
Yes, you're a question
Do
watcher.
you want us to be in the NCO class?
Not at all for this, because you should be in
No.
hearing range of me at all times, unless you're getting pulled aside. Right. So, the most wonderful answer I got today for this question was from our beautiful MP, Go Ginga. To answer the question on how quickly do people form an opinion on a leader, he answered, depends on how that person, depends on how the leader presents themselves. If they're a piece of shit, then the common opinion is going to be that they're a piece of shit leader. If they always yell or shout at people, that leader is one that is standoffish. The common opinion will be that they're an asshole. If they present themselves as collected, calm, knows when and where to put their foot down, and handle issues approvingly, then common opinion is that they're a good leader. While that didn't answer the question directly, it does answer how you should behave.
Oh yeah, they're bringing you McDonald's. Don't give me shit.
All right. But once again, that is how you should present yourself when interacting with these individuals. However, the answer I was looking for came from our other lovely MP, being Viper. People usually form an opinion on a leader on their first impression. That means your first interaction with this individual will sway their opinion for most of, if not the entirety of your relationship with them. Our next question that we will be, does anyone want to deliberate on anything regarding that question?
No, it's fairly apt. People always, even if they aren't intentionally doing it, they're always looking for subtle cues in someone to form an opinion.
Yeah, but Rooney, that's how the human brain works. So, with our secondary question, how does tone affect how an order given is received?
Yo. Oh, sorry.
Could you repeat that? I don't think I understood the question.
Alrighty. To answer the question, how does tone affect how an order is received? I will shorten my original abbreviation. How does tone affect how an order is perceived? Please do not ask me on how to define the word perceive.
Perceived.
Can you dumb down your sentence a little bit?
Or tooken.
So, for those of you that need a simpler explanation, when I give you an order, how does my tone affect how you intake that order? I don't know if that helped, but I tried.
It really did.
The flag's mine. It's dumb.
It's gonna flag yours
So,
as an alien.
I'm gonna break it. I've got a lot of wonderful answers, so much so that I don't know what to pick from. However, the one I'm currently on is Reds. One's tone sets precedent for how an order is treated. If your tone is hasty, then your order will be looked at as being needing to be done fast, and vice versa. However, with that being stated, with that, Viper gave the wonderful answer of Nope, wrong DM, not Viper. Go Ginga. Tone affects how an order given is perceived, in that it is, if it's a basic order like left face or center formation, it should if it's shouted or screamed, then people are going to think they're either in trouble or something went wrong. If it is ordered firmly, not shouted or yelled, then they're going to follow it without wondering if they did something wrong. With that being stated, depending on your tone, can completely change an order, such as if I were to go to Helix, fix your fucking legs, stand up straight, be presentable. That could be taken as I'm being angry with them. However, how I wanted that to be perceived was, Helix, please stand up straight. We got to keep ourselves presentable. You being an apothecary, you do need to present yourself better because you are the one who in charge of such things like that. You can see how not only wording, but tone can affect how that's perceived. It's really important that you use the proper tone when doing something. Giving an order should be clear cut and stout. With that being stated, if you're giving somebody a suggestion or a recommendation, be a little bit more calmer with it. Room tone, red.
Another thing that you have to take into account is inflection. It's different than tone because it's how you stress a word. Like if I say go do that, I mean I know that sounds unnatural, but it sounds like I'm trying to hurry
He
it
brings
along.
up another valid point. Once again, with how I worded the first interaction with Helix, like stand the fuck up, that is already going to be perceived, regardless of my tone, a little bit aggressive. Depending on what words you accentuate, like Helix, stand up, it is going to be a different order than Helix, please stand up, to be professional. Are there any questions or deliberations on that further? Or is it fully
That was a
understood?
question. Sorry my answer
You're-
took so long. I was calling my mom.
You're solid, dog, as long as I get the answer at some point. Alrighty, our next question in this segment. When should a leader raise their voice and when should they not? When should you change your tone for a given order? Or when should you keep the tone you have?
James. Question mark, question mark, question mark, question
I wonder what's happening back there.
Me trying not to ball out laughing.
Can I ask what would be so funny to the class? James.
Nothing.
Yes, Watcher.
I would be able
apologies, I'm
to.
trying to multitask. Can you just tell me the answer again? I'm trying to multitask with my mom.
The
and
answer?
you. Not the answer.
Questions?
The question.
The question.
These are open-ended questions, man.
Hey, Mugler, can I
Sorry.
also have the answer? No, my bad.
Alrighty, so once again, the fourth time. When
My
should a
bad.
leader raise their voice and when should they not?
Okay, thank you. Wait, Mongol, I didn't catch that. Could you repeat that, please?
Jesus Christ, I finished.
Alrighty, if I have any more unspoken laugh, I will give the merits. So FFS, we get you like to be funny, we love you, but this is serious. I just got booped.
By
You
whom?
asked what was
That counts
funny.
as brain rot, James. You know what that is? A beautiful demerit.
How in the world is a question mark brain rot?
Why
Just had to make that
people
public
boop
real
me?
quick.
Let me check that. Because I also got I got 2 in that boop.
That, and you did ask what was funny, so I did inform you.
Morrowind. I would expect better from an 01. That counts as brain rot.
Didn't
Not
Marlon
you,
get promoted to O2?
Huh? Brain rot's brain rot. Pre-lobby or here, dog.
Bro, that's
Yes, Viper.
Hey guys, let's keep it down.
Just so you know, it's yellow comps, you understand? It's yellow comps, just so you know.
Yeah, go ahead. All disruptive
no.
NCOs, please follow Viper for a stern talking to.
Frank and James follow me.
I didn't even do anything.
Alrighty, so to go over the good answers I got. Da-da-da. Who was it that gave me the best answer? Unironically, I think it was Marlon. There we go. Alrighty, yep. Marlon gave me the best answer, being really short and simple. Perception is key. Change your tone depending on the situation. Note how I didn't give you guys a situation. Some of you formulated your own, which is completely fine. However, you have to perceive that situation. If it is something like a line not paying attention to you, I've already gone, hey, PTS, I need everybody focused up. Eyes on me, 1, 2, 3. And they still aren't paying attention. It's pretty much common courtesy too, if they're not paying attention, change your tone, raise your tone, and proceed to go, hey, I just called PTS. I would like you all to keep your eyes on me and not act like children today. Thank you. Good stuff like that. That way everybody is formulated, your voice is now above theirs, and it gets perceived by them in the way that you need it to. Does anybody have any deliberations on that?
No, that was apt.
I got an off-topic thing. How long? It's an hour, right?
The class segment is 1 hour. The practical segment is 2. fuck, is the second hour. Shit. The
Okay,
entire
thank you.
class is 2 hours. The practical segment's 1, and the class segment's 1.
If we stay for the full training, do we get the 2 points? Or I don't know how this works.
It is
'cause
entirely
last time-
dependent on your answers in the class, and it is entirely dependent on your participation in the practical.
I'll have to be leaving at the second hour on the 30-minute mark.
Alrighty, I got that noted. Don't worry. So, to go over our next question, even though those guys aren't present, damn, we're going into our second segment of the class. Our first question for this segment: authority versus approachability. What happens when a leader is respected but not approachable? Do let me know if you need to deliberate on that. Need me
You
to
said what
deliberate
happens
on
when a leader is approachable. What? You
when
cut out
a
there.
leader is respected but not approachable. This does tie into our lesson on the first day. So some of you were not there for that, which is why I did offer a deliberation.
These questions are good. Oh my.
May I have slight deliberation on that question?
Alrighty, so essentially what I am looking for is what happens when a leader is respected but not approachable. That means when your units respect you, however, your tonnage, your presence is off-putting to where people will not come to you for certain things, such as, man, fuck, I'm having a fucking mentally stressed out day, all this cool stuff. You see how my body language and my tone are a little iffy. And so that leader may be respected through our lessons of leadership that we learn on the first day. However, if you do not seem approachable in that moment in time, yeah, what happens?
Okay, thank you.
Did that help?
Yes, thank you.
Granted, Frank. Return to the class. Oh, my knee. Oh, my knee.
You should also probably return to the class.
Agreed. I'm on my way.
Thank you, Commander Wild.
To be in there.
Oh, my knee feels better now.
For those that are now returning to the classroom, the question we are currently answering is, what happens when a leader is respected but not approachable? Essentially meaning, what happens when you use our great lessons on leadership from the first lesson, but your tone or your body presence is making it where you are not able to be spoken to, either out of fear or uncomfortableness to talk to that individual. I will go ahead and pick from our beautiful answers. However, you all can answer on your own time.
I'm gonna step off to the side real quick, but I did put my answer in. I'll send you my answer bungalow.
Yeah, Rooney. The best answer I got would be from Shadow here, being it causes them not to be approached to solve issues or to inform people on certain matters. If you are that leadership icon, you want people to be able to be welcomed into your presence and come to you for things, as that is all of our duties, being a helpful hand and other some such. If you are not approachable, that does make it harder for either information to get passed up the chain or issues to get resolved, such as you're seen to be having a bad day and now an enlisted is having a problem and they need to tell you. However, they don't want to come up to you because they don't want to make your day worse. Even though you might be having a bad day, something I do want to deliberate, dependent on mental situation and all this other stuff, if you need to take a break, hand the situation to somebody else. If you're having a hard time, take a fucking water break. Do inform the right people that you are going AFK or other some such, however, as that is very important. But if you are having a bad day, Don't let it affect your presence. Don't let it affect your stuff if you can. Self-control is really important.
Yeah.
Our next question within this segment will be, what happens when a leader is approachable but not respected? The exact opposite. Yes, Red. I saw your hand twice. I'm sorry I didn't get to you till now.
I was just gonna say how I kind of misinterpreted the first question. Whenever you said respectable but not approachable, I thought you meant that they had such a reputation that they were kind of an icon in a sense. Therefore, they were almost seen as untouchable to the lower enlisted.
See, now that's a problem only our wonderful chapter master has. Unfortunately, we're not all at that level yet.
That guy, right over there.
Yeah, that guy!
What problem do I have? What?
Being such an icon that people are afraid to come up to you. They respect you, but they also fear you because of your stuff.
You're such a respectable man that no one.
Scary?
You've got that
What?
aura, that
Can I-
presence, dog.
Whoa,
May I
okay.
Yes,
say
Sergeant.
something to that?
Yes, command
May I have
presence.
something to say for that?
That guy's one of the coolest guys.
As in Gabe, as in you being the chapter master, people have a lot of respect towards you, and they don't want to like fuck up and like say something they shouldn't have said to you. So that's why most people don't
So
go to you
again,
like
to
that.
repeat the question for those of you that didn't hear or got a little distracted, it is what happens when a leader is approachable but not respected. The exact opposite of the last question.
Marge,
Also, hi, Marge.
close my eye.
Man, I hope I'm not seen as an idol.
You are, dog.
Shouldn't be. I shouldn't be.
The only issue that might get in the way today is during the practical segment. Because you're using text box, I assume you do not have a microphone, Marge, and that might go. Holy shit! That might make the practical segment in judging tone and all that other stuff.
Question. It's a.
Got you. Yes.
It's when a leader is approachable but not respectful. Or was that the other? Was it this question?
It is. Once again, it is the exact opposite of the last question, being what happens when a leader is approachable and but not respected.
Thank you.
Marge, you're not here on the first class. Do DM me your answers through Discord.
I will be right back. I'm gonna grab a snack.
Alrighty. So I got two wonderful answers from Red Mad Max and Aspect. Red gave me the answer describing the leader. Then the leader is only silently belittled by their subordinates, someone who is fun but ineffective at their duties, meaning they have good leadership but poor use of their authority. With Aspect's answer, it dilutes a little bit further. Yeah. They'll approach the leadership individual, however, they won't always trust or respect the decisions/orders that you give out. Meaning that if you're not respected but approachable, not everybody's always going to respect your answers or trust your answers. Does anybody need me to deliberate, or do we all understand this segment?
Understood.
I'm still writing my question.
You're all solid as long as I get it. With that being stated, once again, today goes yes, wow.
I apologize for being pulled aside so much. Would it be possible to get some of these questions in written format so that I may
Don't
answer them
worry.
later?
As long as the people who do need them written down DM me that they need them written down, I will send you the questions you had missed. So if you go ahead and DM me, I will get you those questions afterward.
Thank you.
But if there's no further deliberations on that, the third question within this segment, which is harder to recover, lost authority or lost trust? And why? Feel free to pick either option.
Just warning you for a second to let you know when you go back out there, match eye height with one of the other Astartes that are in the chairs.
Once again, I
Mongo, what
can
did you say?
deliberate further for anybody who is not in the first class day, as these questions do also tie into day one's issues, or day one's lessons.
Could you repeat the question?
FFS, once again, the question is, which is harder to recover, lost authority or lost trust, and why?
Question on that. Can we answer both questions, or do you prefer just one?
Feel free to answer as you like. Once again, everybody, you can answer as long as you like and or as short as you like. All I'm looking for is a good answer to judge your questions on. These are all open-ended because they all have wonderful, beautiful, open-ended answers. Yes, Flaming.
Ethereum had to go.
Alrighty, duly noted. I still got 3 people to use for debauchery later.
What?
The debauchery that you guys are going to have to handle in the practical segment.
Nightmare also disappeared. They probably crashed though.
Another
Nightmare
question.
just
Is it
requested.
lost respect and trust? That's what you said, correct?
Lost authority or lost
There it
trust.
is. Okay.
Which one is easier to regain? So, well, technically you can choose both and then argue for both cases. I don't know. Do whatever you want, man.
My bad.
Oh my
I'm
God.
multitasking. I'm calling my mother and listening
Did he
to
pull it
this.
off again?
No, you're good. I'm not. You're good.
Alrighty, I got a wonderful answer from our lovely boy Kamina. Lost trust is harder to recover because authority can be gained by others. Yeah, basically meaning your authority can be called. Red, you're usually good on words. What's it mean when somebody else can help you fucking when somebody else can help you gain things?
Think.
Can lend a helping hand.
Yeah, I mean that's just.
Yeah, for Rooney, helping hand. That helps me a lot. So, authority can be gained by others, being such as your authority can be vouched for. There we go. That's the word. Vouched for by others because that is a rank. You did earn your rank, and others can help other people realize that, hey, yeah, they did earn that. However, I love stick drift with Discord. But if you lose trust, you can't have others help you with that. Because as much as somebody else says, oh, hey, this guy's a trustworthy guy, or oh, hey, he's got these redeeming qualities about him, if you do lose that trust with the member, only you can get that back up. Yes, Red.
This can also be seen because a tyrant can wield absolute authority, but no one really trusts a tyrant.
Yeah, but Rooney. Does anybody else want further deliberations on that, or do we feel that we fully covered that issue, or that question? Love a quiet room.
I think
I
we
feel like
can
I'm on
move
a
on.
comedy stage here and I'm getting no laughter.
Thank you, Marge.
Ha 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 ha.
I mean, we can have someone play a laugh track.
No. So, the next question within this segment is how do you remain approachable without losing your authority? This goes back into leadership versus authority. How can you be welcoming to these people, but not lose your rank's effectiveness? Such as, James over there's my brother. I guarantee you on duty, he doesn't respect my rank, which means I've lost authority with him. However, we've got the closest bond. My trust with him's cemented forever. I'll let that motherfucker have my food.
Just because I cook it better.
Once again, to go over that question, how do you remain approachable without losing your authority? Alrighty, Torture.
I crashed.
I have got a lot of wonderful answers. I almost don't know what to pick this time, like at all.
Ooh. That's a good problem to have.
Yep, a Rooney. Alrighty, Goginga gave me an answer that I think explained it pretty dang well. You can be approachable, but not lose your authority. By being that firm but fair leader, just because somebody is your friend, you do not give them exceptions. Just like it says here within within his message, it's okay to be friends with the enlisted. That's what we're here for. We're an eternal vigilance fleet family, not just a fleet. We're all here for each other. However, you also need to know when to put your foot down and pull the leader pants up and all that. End quote. Essentially meaning, me and Morrow in here, we're best buds. However, if he does break a rule like that brain rot one, I still gotta hold him accountable. He did send it in pre-lobby, so I'm not going to hold it against him, however. And I would give this exact same treatment to anybody. Meaning that just because somebody is your friend, you don't give them specialty treatment. Hell, if Dwarf, my partner, were to be here, he is once again, he's been trying to show up more. He's been having IRL problems. However, if he were to break a rule in front of my eyeballs, I'd treat it like anything else, within the spirit of the law, not the letter of the law. Because we all do know that with the letter of the law, you definitely lose a lot of those leadership things. With the spirit of the law, it is up to you, the individual giving out the punishment, to properly. Yes, Watcher.
Sorry to interrupt. My family's home. Can you DM me the questions that I wasn't able to hear when I'm gone?
Yeah, Baruni dog. Have a good one.
I'll be right back. But
So, with that once again being stated, if Dwarf were to show up, regardless of the nope, that's far back in my words. Once again, within the spirit of the law, it is up to you individuals on how to deal with that situation. Of course, you can be firm with it. However, remember that we are all people. We've all got souls and outside personal lives, meaning that you can be understanding. Once again, like Marwan stated earlier, perception, being able to perceive how things are going, will help you guide and use your tone to properly affect these situations. Because two individuals could break the same exact problem. However, you might want to handle it differently depending on their actions or their own tone. That way, you don't have people have further mental anguish, distress, or others some such. You always want to be calm, cool, and collected with issues. Does anybody need me to deliberate further or has a word of their own? Man, I'd like some verbal responses when I ask a general question like that, like yes or no.
And consistent.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Yes, torture.
So may I get the question in writing because I can see I missed it.
I can just go ahead and tell it to you if you are going to be staying with us. The question was. Shit, I've got like 19 questions written down here. Can somebody remind me? I'm a little lost in the list. My bullet points didn't work on words.
Approachable but not lose your respect as a leader?
Yeah.
Yeah, Baruni, how do you remain approachable without losing authority? But for everybody else, our next question, how do favoritism and exceptions affect overall attitude with people? As in somebody witnessed an event of favoritism and now starts spreading it. How does that affect everybody's mood, knowing that somebody's getting special attention, nepotism, favoritism, or other some such?
Fun fact about the word nepotism. Nepo is derived from the word cousin.
Nepotism means via family, which is true. Favoritism is just, in general, you favor that person over others.
Yeah.
I just use the word nepotism because a few of us are in VR chat families. I don't personally align with that, but I know it has happened before within our history.
Sometimes I hate autocorrect.
I'm with you there,
Damn,
brother.
we're doing good today. I'm having a hard time picking between all y'all's answers. You're doing good. I think I'm gonna have to go ahead and pick 3
Spin a
different
wheel.
ones to read from.
I went to put in
So-
favoriting, and it said forking.
So our first answer for this question we got from Shadow. It makes people think that they can get away with things since the other individual did, which is a bad thing about favoritism. It makes other people think they can get away with things. This member gets special treatment. Why shouldn't I? We then got another beautiful answer from Viper, being it destroys trust and makes the group feel unfair to people. It may cause them not want to show up because they feel it's unfair. You also lose that respect that you've already gained from other members. Then we've got the last answer, beautifully from Marge. Favoritism can cause others who work hard to feel as though they're not getting recognized for what they do, a bit degrading. If you're on good behavior and you're an E3 and you see that an R2 that has been here less gets promoted to E3 out of the blue because of favoritism, it's gonna sting a little bit, not only on the officer that promoted them that high, but for the individual that for the original E3 that did all that time to work there and sees somebody else get handed that rank. Does anyone have further deliberations on that? Yes, Marge. Yeah,
This is
Baruni,
true.
favoritism does hurt everybody, including the one that's getting favored. That means the person who gave the favoritism individual, and everybody around. Favoritism's all around big bad. Yes, Red.
To at least explain how it hurts the one also getting favored, it's because they don't have the necessary experience to be equipped for that role. So let's say someone goes from E5 to N1, and yeah, they get the training, but they don't have the exact spirit to be an NCO, or vice versa if it's an
Yepperoonie.
NCO being promoted to an officer.
May I add to that?
Yepperoonie. Just because an individual, let's use NCOs, just because you are given the NCO role, you have to earn it. I've known a few of us that had to wait quite a while to get to that NCO role. While some people who maybe not deserving got that role before the individual that was putting forth that effort and time. However, because of a little mild-mannered favoritism, the other person got picked when they might not be the best for the role. Yes, FFF.
On top of that, somebody who is favored once will no longer believe they earned anything they get.
Can somebody repeat that for me? He's really quiet all the way back there.
Somebody
He
who is
said... Go ahead.
somebody who is favored. Oh, I forgot what he said. My bad.
He basically said that the person
Somebody who's favored once will never believe they earned anything in the future.
So that is dependent on the person, but that can exactly happen. With that person getting that favoritism, they might not think they earned it. Way back ages ago, I used to be a 01, and I wanted to work my way through 02 and 03 to get my chief apothecary position wages ago. However, I got told in a meeting one day, hey, guess what? You're getting 03 and you don't have a choice. I didn't feel I fully earned it. I fucking hated it. I didn't feel I was ready yet because, like most of us, I never received proper training, let alone got the advocated time. And I fucking hated it. And I know a few other people that were also 01 at the time got a little angry at me for it. And I was just as pissed as they were. Not to mention, as Marge says, some of them can get an ego. If they think that they're hot shit and they get a rank undeserving, that can affect them later down the line. We've got a few members that have an ego, but we do know how to control it. Otherwise, I feel that's a great place to end off that segment.
I got a
So,
question.
our next segment, conduct under pressure. You're always being observed. You're always being watched. We're really important people. People look to us for guidance. Emotional control is part of that professionalism. Yes, Red.
He has a question.
Yes,
Could you DM me the questions I missed, please?
Yeah, I got you.
Thank you.
Yeah, I would.
Because I
advise
think you
doing that
missed
first.
more than one.
Can't sit
Yeah,
down
I
right
can
now.
So-
three.
I'll be right back.
Yeah, I'll have to DM that.
Alrighty. So, once
Alright.
again, conduct under pressure. You're always being observed and watched. People look at us for guidance. Emotional control is part of professionalism, meaning, once again, like I talked about earlier, your mental situation will affect how people perceive you. If you're being pissy that day, it's gonna fuck up your look on professionalism. Not to mention, your attitude or mental distress at the time can affect how your own presence and or commands feel to people, and that all around just ain't a good thing. Correction should be firm, fair, and controlled. You don't really want people to see anything as unfair. Not only that, you don't want to be giving out orders willy-nilly to have people think of you more so as a dictator. You want to keep up that professionalist presence. Our question in this segment is, how does a leader's behavior affect morale during a stressful situation? Let's use the PTS problem as an example. We've got an entire line of enlisted and maybe a few NCOs not quieting down. You've already called for PTS a few times. How does your behavior affect morale during that stress? Gabe, you're free to participate too if you'd like. It goes for Fleming too, wherever she's running
I
about.
apologize to ask, but my shit glitched, so I did not hear you.
2 seconds, Gabe. What was that, show?
My headset glitched, so I could not hear your question.
Once again, the question being, how does a leader's behavior affect morale during a stressful situation? The stressful situation I gave as an example was during a formation that will not quiet down. You've already called PTS a few times. How is your next actions and behavior going to affect the overall mood of things? I've got two fantastic answers to pull from. We've got one from James. James's answer was as Did you ask a question?
Hang on, that's only half of it.
I'm
hit
talking
enter
myself
too
saying
quickly.
I don't know how to write this into words.
I am
Gotcha.
not
It's more than enough, James.
with that answer.
So James gave the answer. It can be negative or positive depending on the tone you use. No, I didn't misread that. He just said you. Anyway, but the tone you use. With that being stated, the other great answer I got was from our lovely chapter master himself participating today. Depending on the reaction and tone, it could cause the troops to lose morale and make them see you in a different light. Or it could encourage the troops to continue forward with the negative behavior and worsen the situation. With that being stated, a way to best handle a line of PTS that is not going well, a way that I usually do is raise my tonnage. I've already said PTS, such as that. I would personally proceed to then go in a stern, firm, and loud tone. Hey, PTS was called. I do not want you all acting like children in my presence. You will eyes forward, face first, me. 1, 2, 3, eyes on me. With that being stated, though, With that being stated, though, however, that could also be perceived the wrong way. That's something I do and could probably be worked on. However, sometimes it will fix the situation. Other times it will worsen it. It really depends on the crowd, not to mention your overall overall stature, presence, and other some such. Does anybody have further deliberations and or comments on that, or do we think we fully understand it? Yes, FFS.
My answer for that question was in 2 parts, by the way.
I feel like you just get quieter and quieter, dog. I
He
swear
said
I
that
turned you up.
his answer was in 2 parts.
Oh, got you. Yes, Red. I'll get to you in a second, March.
From the way I phrased my answer, I also took into account if you were giving a brief at a war, in which case, if you're starting to show cracks and that, if things aren't going well, then the people in front of you who are expecting you to take charge and lead are going to start losing faith in the entire situation and also your leadership.
Yepperoni, Viper. Oh, wait, shit, Marge had it first. My fault. The reason they can easily think it might...
What?
That's a big message I can't see from all the way over there. If others are sensing that you are frustrated but do not know the reason, they can easily think it might be you're burnt out of the event position.
Marge, do you want to come down here so that way your messages don't clip through
It
the
might
roof?
help if you're on the MP couch.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah, I can see your full message there. Solid. So, she had a great thing there. They might think you're burnt out and could possibly either take that as, oh, hey, he's having a hard time. We need to, consider that. Or, oh, hey, he's having a hard time. Let's make that worse on him. It entirely depends on the crowd of people. Viper.
I have to go AFK real quick. I'll be right back.
You're... Yepperoni, Marge said, always want to avoid burning out on things like this. It will just make it seem like this whole entire chapter or group is more stress than it's worth. Once again, that comes back into my earlier talk of mental distress. If you are having a hard time, do not feel afraid to grab an NCO or a fellow officer or anybody for that matter that you feel competent enough, preferably not enlisted, to properly help you with this situation. If you ever need a break, take it. Make sure that before that break, however, you properly leave the situation in the hands of somebody capable. Are there any other further deliberations, or do we all feel we've got that sit in our brainicles?
I'm done.
Yes, Gaberini.
We're allowed to make comments and things like that, right? Just to double check.
Yep.
Another thing to take into account is demeanor. If you look like you're looking down at the floor, not looking at the line, closed in, you're not going to be listened to. You actually have to have the demeanor to match the words.
Yep, Red.
Sorry to take up a little more time, but I used to have a commander who was just like that. She'd always look down at the floor, speak in a soft voice, and no one in my battalion respected her.
And so my final question for the class segment, I prefer not rushed answers, but be a little fast as I am starting to eat into my practical segment time. The question being, why is self-control a leadership skill? I don't feel I need to elaborate on that one. Alrighty, everybody, I'm going to go ahead and pick an answer. I do see that a lot of you are typing. Feel free to finish that when you get the time. However, the question being, how is self-control a leadership skill? Our beautiful chapter master, a person who has experienced burnout more than once, keeping us all in line, had the answer. Self-control is a leadership skill because as someone in a position of authority and power, you do need to understand your limits. And constraints when it comes to certain actions. Letting emotions take over and not having self-control could cause you to abuse said power or endanger the reputation you have gained within the group, leading you to lose it all. Once again, mental health is really important. You as a person comes before the group. Take what you need. Yes, Watcher.
I may say y'all are some fast-ass typers. I'm gonna be so honest. I can't
Some of us
type
have worked
faster.
office jobs, and some of us spend all our day on a computer.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense now.
I was about
Yeah,
to say a lot
Shadow.
of people in here have built up a fast twitch muscle.
I have to take my leave for a bit. I have to go eat. I have no choice in this matter.
Alrighty.
I should be back in around 20 at the max.
Alrighty. So once again, make sure when you know when you need to take a break. Earlier in the week, I was having a little bit of a moment. I needed to step away. Didn't get noticed because none of y'all care about me. I'm kidding. However, I did take the time that was needed with that smoke break I asked Red for. I needed it. I was feeling a little bit stressed out. I fucking hate large crowds, but I love hanging out with every single one of you. With that being stated, he was helpful, giving me the smoke break, and I took the break that I needed. Do not feel afraid to ask for that break. As long as if you're leaving a position of, host or co-host, please do hand it off to the proper people that have the authority to do so. So, if in case you are not able to deal with a situation, hand it to somebody else with the proper skill set to do so. Otherwise, I will need who did I ask to pick the map last time? It was Goginga. So, anybody that's not Goginga, pick a number between 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I didn't pick the
6,
map
7,
last time.
8. Yeah, you did.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you picked
Yeah,
Spaceport.
he did.
That wasn't me.
I could have swore it was you because I watched the video too.
Yepperoonie Marge. I will have your time marked. Don't worry. So, pick a number between 1 through 6, 7, 8. Pick a number 1 through 7. Yes, Wild.
7.
That one. 5.
5. Ooh, hey, this is my favorite. Alrighty. So rank order is not too important. Claymore, you can stand up here with me with Nightmare if you want. Damn, you're huge. Am I tiny? I'm tiny.
He is also just a larger space marine.
Fucking huge.
Mongol, I think there's people
Alrighty,
still
so
down there.
we have everybody that I do need here. So I'm gonna yes, Marlon. Oh, that's a fantastic idea. Alrighty, so with that being stated, once again, I've got you all here. Something that I know we struggle with at least a few times or get confused with, and what we're going to be going over practically today is recruitment runs, specifically the in-instance recruitment. So I'm going to direct you all to the NCO channel because I will send in a document there. I've got to fucking make the document public. My bad. 2 seconds.
BTS.
Yepperoonie.
Won't be able to look at the document. My phone's dead.
Don't worry, we will be going over everything in the document. This is for later when people will need it. Alrighty, so something that I see confused a lot with is how to exactly to run the recruitment instance. With that being stated, the main problem I see is, oh, hey, we don't have an MP here. Oh, hey, we don't have a wizard here. Oh, hey, we don't have a tech marine. Who's going to do these stations? And end up making somebody do more than one station at a time, which can be overbearing. However, with the guide I've set up and how I originally set up recruitment days, it should take 15 to 20 minutes max to set up a recruitment group. So what we're going to do first is go over the first impression. So we're all going to be on yellow comms. So I'm going to have my beautiful test dummies here.
Jesus Christ.
Act like they've just spawned in. Station 1 is the first impression they see after the recruitment party. Claymore, go ahead and respawn for me. we've got a new guy. How should we how should we give our first impression to this man? Raise of hands is permitted. Yes, Viper.
Give a warm greeting, and then slowly start to explain what we do, how we run things, and then work your way towards the rules, things like that.
Alrighty, beautiful. To specifically go over what the greeting, I'll get to you in a second. To specifically go over what the first impression is. This is when the person joins from the recruiting party, and now the first station. You are here to welcome them, let them know what we offer, and essentially get them the proper uniform. And that is all Station 1 is. Clear cut and simple. Anybody can do it. It's usually done by the event host. With that being stated, I would prefer you act it out instead of explain it. Sorry that I did let you explain it, Viper. However, who wants to try their hand at acting? Yes, Watcher.
Can I try it? I won't be good at it.
Go for it.
All right. So, hi. Hello. How are you doing tonight? All right. So, here's what we do. We're a group. We fight. We do PvP. We have sisters. We have blades. The blades are big, giant humans, right? The sisters are little humans in power armor, okay? How we run the group is we have 2 separate sides. We kind of fight. PvP as such. If you want any more questions or answers, please come to Anyone with questions, come over to me or come over to someone that's an officer rank. They will have their status and their rank. Their rank and their status. Oh my.
So, can anybody tell me what Liush did wrong there?
I'm kind of bad at it.
He didn't really give the person any time to explain. Or not even explain, but say anything.
So, something we're going... Sorry, it was a bit awkward to watch that. I mean, no offense watching. But he came out of the blue, got right up in this guy's face. Hey, here's what we offer, blah, 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 blah. And then we get him ahead, and he asked me questions, blah, blah, all that good junk. He was a little too excited. It is key with the first impression to keep up a little bit of professionalism. Does anybody think they could do a little bit better of a job acting it out? Helix.
Hello, how are you doing today?
I'm doing alright. How are you?
That's not too bad, not too bad. So you just came from the recruitment party. Did they talk to you about the other, like, sisters or stardies and all that stuff?
They mentioned sisters and stardies, but I don't really know what those are.
So these stardies are similar to what I am and what some of the other people around here are. The sisters are just regular female humans in power armor that carry similar arsenal to us.
Okay. So which one should I be?
That's up to you. I'm not gonna tell you which one they go through because that'd be your preference. Because each one has its own specializations. But all are the same, have the same specializations, but each one's act different in their own rules.
Like, what are those rules?
The roles, like, stardies are more the bulky, like, front lines, while sisters more... They move around a lot more free.
Okay.
Each one has different play styles and all that stuff.
Alrighty, Felix, I'm gonna ask you to step to the side. Claymore, you're doing a great fucking job. Anyway, so
holy shit.
Do we think we have any improvements? Yes, Gabe.
Oh, I am so sorry. Oh my goodness. Fucking Tone, you were very monotone, very baseline, and very blah with your whole explanation. You gotta be, like, you know, somewhat excited. It's a new
Tonage is
it's
a
their
very
first...
hard thing for me. I've always had issues my whole life with tonage.
I think James wants to give it a
Master
try.
of recruits over here.
It is a lot.
Max.
From me, it wasn't even really just... It was tone, but it wasn't necessarily because you were monotone. It was because you were giving everything that we do, but in such a way where you were almost scared to tell them what we do.
Yes, right there. That's what I was looking for. He seemed confused as hell Not to mention, I have a fantastic actor right here who fucking gave him the hardest time. So, with that being stated, main issue was he seemed confused about what we do and how we recruit. So, when answering those questions, he seemed so unsure of himself, possibly giving the recruit the idea, damn, do they even really know what they're doing? Shit, how am I going to figure it out? So, does anybody else think they could do it better?
James wanted to give it a try.
Torture.
Do you want James to go first? Or
I
you want me to
can't
go
raise
first?
my hand.
I think we should make James go first.
All right, James, you go for it then.
Mine will be the most awkward shit you've ever seen. All right, cool.
I'm not looking for awkward. I'm looking for quick, efficient, and professional.
Well, yeah, but this is what I normally do. What's going on? You like Warhammer?
What's that?
You're not recruiting. You're not recruiting. You're setting up a recruit. You're figuring out what they want to join.
Oh, setting them. Okay, I was like, okay, got you. So, you like Warhammer? What, do you like sisters, or you like being big burly spacemans?
Okay, I'm gonna get this unserious ass out of here. Gabe wants to take a crack at it. Let's see how the chapter master takes it.
All right. All right. So again, this is the. Oh wait, no. Wait. Torture had his hand raised.
yeah,
I gotta
Torture
be
didn't
nice to
have his hand
Torture.
raised.
I gotta be
You
nice
can
to
try a
Torture.
hand.
Okay, good. Okay, can you give me a quick second because James fucked me up.
Acting starts in 3 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 1 Mississippi.
Action.
Hello. So I'm guessing you are from the recruitment party, if I'm correct.
Yeah, the guys kind of brought me here.
All right. Did they explain any rules, anything like that at all, or are you kind of just fresh?
Nah, they didn't really tell me much. They just kind of said some stuff about, like, people. That's pretty much it.
Ah, I see. So in our group, we have Astartes, and we also have Battle Sisters. Astartes being the big burly spacemen, like for example us, right? While the sisters are the small regular humans in power armor. Each one have their own playstyles and their own way of going through the ranks, and stuff, and all that.
What are the playstyles?
For example, the Astartes are more like, up in your face and like very loud kind of playstyles, while sisters are more in the back lines, more kind of giving range fire. Basically more range units, and then the Astartes are more like frontline units.
Okay. What do I do to become, like, an Astartes or a sister?
That is completely up to your choice, but when you become a scout for us, you will get through the minutes, you'll get minutes and stuff like that to become ranked up, and you will become a full-blown Astartes at around the rank of E5. But right now you'll be starting at R1. R1, but sisters work a little differently.
I'm gonna stop it right there. He was doing good. Can anybody tell me what he did do wrong? Marwin.
Made it.
I was
not what I was looking
that.
for.
I wasn't even informed about that.
With guardsmen being iffy, I'd say keep them out till we officially fully get them. Yes, go Ginga.
He didn't answer the guy's question. He said, "How do I become an Astartes or a sister?" And he immediately launched into Astartes. He didn't be like, "Oh, you just gotta ask for it. Which one do you want?
But
Tell
Rudy,
me."
the proper answer to that is tell me which one you want to join. We'll get you the avatar, so on and so forth. Gabe.
Oh, I was going to say same thing. He also started off by going, "Oh, I don't know. They said something about PvP," and he instantly launched into, "This is the Astartes and this is the sisters."
Gabe, to be real, I couldn't hear that part because of his voice mod. I was like, I did not hear that part in the slightest.
We're gonna let the chapter master see how he wants this to be perceived. However, I'm gonna add a little stipulation. 3 people just joined.
This is a
Shalom,
battle with
Thuggy.
swords, not some fist fight. As long as one of us is still breathing.
Okay, this is going to be rough. This is going to be rough.
Sorry,
But,
I was texting my tech. Hold up, sorry.
3 recruits just joined. You're one of said recruits. Gabe's trying to get you set up within the Sisters or Astartes. 3 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 1 action.
Action. Hey there, how you guys doing today?
All right.
Doing good.
Doing good.
You guys
Doing
doing
good.
all right? All right. I'm guessing you guys just came from the recruitment party, right?
Yeah.
Yes, we did.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Were you guys explained anything about what's currently going on here, or were you guys kind of just grabbed and thrown through the portal, saying, "Here, come do fun stuff"?
I was grabbed personally.
A tiny bit.
Tiny bit. Alrighty. So pretty much what this is this is a PvP server. What we do is we get into either avatars such as Astartes. We take the weapons onto the avatar and we go fight other groups and or ourselves, and we train to be the best, and we have a wonderful time while doing it. We also do fun events. Would that be something that would interest you guys?
Yeah.
That'd be interesting.
Alrighty, I will say what we do have is we have two groups you could join. We have Astartes, which is what I am right here. Pretty much, they're the United States Marine Corps of the universe that we're from. They like to rush in, get the job done, and get out. And then we have the Sisters, which is someone like Flaming over there. What they are is a more tactical unit. Consider them like special forces of the military. What they do is they go in, fire from the back line, get in, get out, covert operations. It's very cool stuff. Each has different play styles, but each of them have different ways and different units you can go into to have the time that you want to have and have a great time with it. Which one do you guys think you'd be interested in?
The Astartes for me.
You want to be a sister? Alright, if you want to be a sister, what I'm going to have you do is you're going to go over, you're going to talk to Flaming. They're going to get you set up. Once Flaming gets you set up and gets you in the avatar, what they're going to do is send you over to someone else, and then the process will continue, and you'll have a great time. With you guys, what I want you guys doing, follow the avatar, I'll get you set up, and then we're going to send you over to the librarian over there to get you the rules and get you guys all set up. Does that sound good?
Yeah.
Sound good.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Alrighty, beautiful, beautiful work from our amazing chapter master. So, most typically, the greeter will be given both recruit uniforms and everybody will be gone over the same stuff. With that being stated, however, what did he do that everybody else did not?
What are the
Yes,
next
Ginga.
station?
He pointed out Flaming so they had an idea of what his sister looked like.
He did do these things, but the answer I'm looking for, because I'm running the show on time, I'll hand it right to you, was he was not only clear, but fast with it. He showed confidence, was able to clearly explain, other than that little lag spike, what they needed to do, and let them know where they needed to go after grabbing the avatar. So that is exactly what you should do for each recruiting party. With that being stated, we're not going to go.
One that got the sisters' fighting style correct.
Yepperoonie. Do keep that in mind. You can describe the groups however you like, but do not undermine one another. With that being stated, however, we're going to move over to Station 2, which is the MP or Rule Giver. Station 2 is normally over here.
Go on and follow him. Let's go.
Flaming.
Yep.
What's going to happen is now our 3 new recruits need to be explained. Rules, fast, clear, and concise. To keep this going fast, I'm going to let one of our resident MPs do this. However, anybody, regardless of armor type, we do prefer if specific people do it. Anybody can do it. Anybody can do any of these stations to keep that clear and cut. With that being stated, go Genga. Rules.
Yeah, I'm assuming they like just walked up.
Yeah, they just walked up.
Okay. Alright, how's it going, guys? I'm assuming you got all your stuff from Mr. Gaberton over there?
Yep.
Alright. Well, I'm gonna give you guys the basic rules. It's 3 of them. Alright, this goes for both the Astartes and the sister. Number 1, don't disrespect anyone. That's kind of clear, cut, and dry. You know, treat others how you want to be treated. Try to have fun while you're here. Everyone loves to have fun. We're not gonna stop you from doing that. And outside drama won't be tolerated here. If it's stuff outside, don't bring it here. Same thing. Just try not to have drama in here. We have loads of other rules. However, in your respective servers, because you'll be in one different from these two,
They are going to be in a channel for you to read on your own time, and from there you are going to go to that corner to the lovely Tech Marine, and he will tell you classes and weapons.
I have a question.
Yes.
Now, I don't have Discord, so like, how would that work out?
Did the recruitment party not tell you Discord was
No.
required?
I don't think we've ever been informed that Discord is required.
Yeah.
Just as
it
a
is.
side note.
Yeah, we have.
I have not.
Yeah, we inform them every time I go on a recruitment drive.
Did I cause havoc?
All right, I got pulled
Okay,
to
that-
the side. What did Goginga do? Somebody give me a 1-to-1.
I mean, he informed of the basic core rules, and he was moving on to the Discord part. And Dama in this scenario claimed to not have Discord. Apparently, he wasn't informed by the recruiting party that Discord is required.
Damn, Dama, good acting on the fly. So anyway, with that being stated, he did pretty good from what I hear. 3 core simple rules that you do need to go over are no disrespect, keep outside drama out, and thirdly, if you are having a problem, tell us. Nobody likes a little whiny pants. We will do our best to fix it. With weapon safety. Anyway,
It's a heel gun.
With that being stated, however, that's majorly what he has to go over. However, with this document that I handed out to you people, it also goes over letting them know their comms colors. It as well goes over letting them know how to salute, when to properly salute, and then we will hand them over to Station 3. Does everybody have a clear, concise perception on how this station should be ran?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Alrighty.
Mungalo, I gotta go.
Where the fuck do you have to be? You're in the same house as me.
I got John things to do.
Anyway, so with that
Hey,
being
Mungalo.
stated, I'll get you. Yeah.
Real quick, you have the comms thing twice in the doc.
Yeah, I'll have to fix that. I threw this up in a flash because I was like, I have how to set up a recruit document, not a recruitment run document. So, would that be yes, Red?
Just briefly, another thing that the new recruits would need to be informed upon is that the codices existed, just so that way they can look at all of the rules.
Yeah, Baruni, what I have right under those 3 big boy rules are the rest of them are in the server. If you do not read them, you are still held accountable. Your first few offenses might be lax given your rank. However, we do expect you all to learn them. If you feel so necessary, which you probably should anyway, let them know about Rule 7. That's the rule that gets broken the most. But these guys have all been explained the rules that they need to know, how to salute, and comms colors. With that being stated, we are now going to go over to the artisan table. However, that station's currently occupied by a private conversation, so we're going to handle it here. My tech marine left. Yes, Shadow.
I heard a mention of a document. Was that something you just sent out right now?
Yeah, Baruni, the one in the NCO channel.
Is it? Thank you.
Alrighty, so does anybody want to either use that document or feel confident enough to, free read what needs to go over at the tech marine station? Who wants to try and teach these people what a tech marine should?
Hold on, let me look at it briefly.
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo, Kamina! You're the actor. Yeah. Nobody raised their hand.
I'm gonna let
So-
you know right now, I can't talk loud. I'm in pain.
Oh, alrighty. So, anyway, eeny, meeny, miny, mo, the purple one.
Purple?
She's purple
He's
here.
pink. He's pink.
That's blue.
It looks pink on my part.
It's a fuchsia. Anyway, Rose, you're going to be going over tech marine stuff.
Okay.
Once again, anybody, regardless of armor type, as long as they're NCO or above, can man these stations. So, Rose, if you'll come over here, and when I say action, you're going to start. These guys have just walked up to you, and you're going to explain all that a tech marine should tell them. which is in the document if you are confused. So, 3, 2.
I can't look at the document.
Go off memory. We'll help you.
Okay. Hello.
How we
Hello.
doing?
Doing all right. So you were already brought through the rules and everything, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. What is, just for context, what is everybody's armors? Who is the Stardies? Who is sisters? Because everybody's a
I'm a
little
Stardy.
different.
Stardy.
Stardies? Sister. Okay. So I'm gonna run you through everything real quick. So, real quick, I'm gonna start off with our sister over here. So, you will. You know what? Just to make it easier, if you can follow. So, when you go up to that board over there, you'll click on medium brawler because that'll be your main. That'll be your main armor type, your main health class. What you're mainly gonna use is your bolter, since that's the only thing you can use on this avatar. Once you get into the next armor after this, you will have a knife or a bolter. The only thing you can use, I think from memory, is the bolter by itself, or knife. No matter what, we'll use medium brawler, but you can't have your knife and your bolter out at the same time. You have to pick one or the other. Since either one, yes.
Oh, I'm dying, sorry. What's the difference between medium brawler and like the basic infantry?
So, medium brawler is faster and has, I think, a little bit less health, and that is mainly when. So for you guys, the Astartes, that is only when you are able to use your like melee weapon. That's the only time you can use medium brawler, so that you can get around quicker. That also depends on your armor, though. That later down the line, because depending on that, your health class will change over time, depending on what it is. But main basis will be, for you guys, actually, you'll be light brawler or light infantry. For y'all, just to start off, you're going to be a little bit lighter since you don't have as much armor. You're a little bit quicker. Light infantry is basically you can only use your bolter. You can use your knife and bolt pistol on light infantry, but I don't recommend it. It's more recommended to use your knife or bolt pistol onto light brawler. It's a little bit quicker. You can get around a little bit faster with that knife.
I'm going to go ahead and pause this real fast. You can return to the line. So, she did fantastic work. I will state, with her tonnage, seemed a little unsure. Of course, it is not her specific job to do these things, but that's what that document's going to be for. Yes, Red.
My mic was muted, my bad. Also, just a small thing. With the thing about like squires and all of them is that they can also use the chainsword outside of their knife if they have the wall.
Yepperoonie. But that is not really something we fully need to explain. To go over the bare minimum, because once again, a recruiting party should only take 15 to 20 minutes to fully get through everything. So, with that being stated, all you would have to tell these people, already welcome, I see you 3 are Astartes, that means you guys are scouts right now, and or neophytes. So, with that being stated, I'm just going to go over a quick little explanation for you. Let me know if you have any questions after the fact I tell you everything. So, right now you all have access to a bolter, a bolt pistol, and a knife. When you use that bolter, all you got to do is click on that light infantry button up there. I know it might seem like it's already clicked, but it is not. If you're going to be using that bolt pistol and knife, you're medium brawler. The difference between these two classes is medium infantry, you got a little bit more health, but you do move slower because you got that bigger gun. With the light brawler, all that basically means is you do have less health because we got to make cuts for you getting that immense speed boost. However, neither one is better than the other. It's entirely dependent on you for what playstyle you want to do. That's why we offer options. So, something else I want to go over, if you guys can pull out your bolter real fast for me. Please do your best not to fire. That's a full grip. Weapon safety. So, what I'm seeing right now, Claymore, You don't want to aim that at people because weapons in this place will kill people. Not really, not in real life. However, you do want to do your best to make sure you're not flagging anybody. Damasu, just like that. Bad shit. So all you got to do is up here, down here, right here, as long as it is not pointing at anybody near you. You guys aren't here for this demonstration. I know I flagged. So with that, with your melee options, you want those tucked in your shoulder or all the way up in the sky. Because this knife, unlike our guns, does not have a safety, meaning that if any of you walk into it, or at any point in time, if I accidentally swipe, it will end up killing or damaging that person. So you want it in your shoulder or up here, because if they then invade your personal space, no bueno. Do any of you have any questions about what I have stated to you? Yes, Claymore.
Do we get better guns later on?
Yeah, Peruni, later on. Right now, you guys are going to be stuck this for a little bit, but you will get better weapons as you rank up through the group. Yes, Nightmare.
Once we pick our class and rank, or go through this whole class picking and stuff, we're in the server. Can I find said information for our ranks and what we can use?
Alrighty, so what's beautiful for that is we have got the let me check here for you guys real fast. Sorry, my memory's a bit foggy. However, with that being stated, we have got the weapons and classes tab within our server. We have added a few new things. We haven't updated the channel as much as we should, but you can ask literally anybody. They will do their best to help define you. Otherwise, if that's everything, I now have to send you guys to where you can test out your beautiful weaponry. Is that all good? Yes, Claymore.
Yep.
What if I want to switch from sister to Astartes?
So, with that, great question. There is a 2-week waiting period. Right now, you guys don't have one. However, if you do switch, it's 2 weeks to change again. But with that all being said, yes, Claymore.
Can I switch?
You can right now. Beautifully perfect, but you will have to wait 2 minutes for that. I will get somebody to get you the avatar. For now, I will send you already over to latency line. So I assume we all know latency line, and I should not have to go over that station.
No, Bruni.
But clear cut and simple. I tried answering their questions before they asked them. They still had a few that I needed to take a little extra time to answer, but I did my best to get that as fast as I could for them. If I did not have the answers to their questions, I would either let them know that I would get back to them later or pull somebody that's conveniently walking by that would know. So now we're going to skip over Station 4, latency line, and go to Station 5. So if you guys just finished with latency line and we're told to go down red portal. So we're all going to move down to red. People interested while they're waiting. Yes, Shadow.
Fucking Claymore will be back in like 5 minutes. You have to go real quick.
Gotcha, that's solid. I still have 2 of my cool standees, and that actually makes the situation a little bit better. So, with that being stated, Station 5 is my specialty, and because, oh shit, we went through Tech Marine stuff really fast. So, with that being stated, does anybody need an explanation on how they should go about field latency? Yes, Red.
I mean, it's pretty simple. Just set up some simple gun drills and melee, and then if you can, you can set up like a small skirmish towards the middle.
So, what goes on in Station 5, something that we didn't cover in Tech Marine stuff, is weapon rules. With Station 5, you're now in charge of telling these people the bare basics of weapon rules. Because there are so many that are, probably never going to come up, but might later, which again is why we read the codex or the law or whatever we have to find our rules in. You'll essentially go over, since it's my station, I'll take the specialty here. 3, 2, 1, action. Already welcome down here. Map's pretty cool. You guys already figured out how to shoot basic guns, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alrighty, so my job here is to basically let you guys get a little bit of a field test out your stuff, and put it into absolute practice. So I've got to go over a few weapon rules with you. You guys should have already been taught weapon latency, making sure you guys got that.
Yep.
Alrighty, fantastic. So we also have combat rules. There's some shit that's really unfair, and so we put these rules into place to make it where everybody is on a fair playing field, and it makes sure that your skill is what wins you those battles and not some absolute cheese. So, with that being stated, the rules that I'm going to go over with you: no bunny hopping. If you've played CS:GO, you know what I'm talking about. But if you haven't, essentially, right now you all are neophytes. So, your jumping rule is going to be 3 Mississippi. I know that might be a bit confusing, so a little bit of demonstration here. That means when you jump, you have to hit the ground and then start counting. So, such as 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3. Because with how you do have to aim further ahead for latency, doing all these jumps, that shit's hella unfair and makes other people really hard to hit. Then our next rule is do your best to have your friendlies off. You can have your friendlies on, but we don't want to hear any complaints about friendly fire if that does happen. With that, essentially, that makes it where you cannot get friendly fired. So, damn, sorry, I'm a bit tired today. So, that basically goes over making sure you don't die to friendly fire or complaints like that don't happen on field. It helps out a lot. How to do that, you click on a person and have them go over the I cross. So I've only got 2 of you right here. With that being stated, I'm going to have you guys run some 1v1s. How I'm going to have this start is, since I'm down here with you, when I'm going to have you guys locked to behind these chains. As long as you don't pass those chains over there that you guys can see. Those 2 that go across the middle, not this one right here. As long as you guys stay within those bounds or the bounds of spawns, you're free to move anywhere within this. So if you guys will pull out your weaponry, find a starting position within here, preferably not too close. I'll shoot up in the air and you guys get started. End scene. So that is essentially how it's going to be run, and you run them through that about 3 times. Something I did forget to mention, but will normally mention after the second round of combat, is you also have the option of your melee stuff. If you want to go ahead and grab your class for melee stuff, you're free to learn melee latency too. We've been doing a little less of it, but it's still good to know. And regardless of people using guns, you can still stab them if you want. So, yes, Marlon. Yepperoni, that is completely my bad. Thank you for commenting on that. Something else we have to go over with those basic rules is nameplates. Let them know how to turn nameplates off if they don't know. But nameplates are off so that... nameplates are essentially off so that you don't unfairly see another member by their nameplate, because sometimes you can see that they're inside a building if you're far away, or you can see that they're behind cover when their body's fully hidden. All that good junk. And so I'd let them run this for about 3 rounds, let them know that they can swap between rounds, and now I would let them know, hey, you guys have fully gone through training. Now you can either stay to help out train new recruits, use your experience to maybe beat them down a bit, get their experience a little bit up, all that good junk. Or you can go ahead and leave. We host events every day at 6:30 p.m. EST, except for Mondays, because fuck Mondays. But with that being stated, you're able to stay and help or leave. We will be hosting a combat event in the last 30 minutes of this event in about, let's see here, in about now, actually, looking at the local clock. So, essentially, you either let them stay or leave. They can stay down here and do 1v1s on their own or with your supervision, meaning that now at Station 5, you have freedom of liberty to walk around a little bit until your station's full, because you don't want to trust these enlisted in improperly informing these rules. You also want to help them out with tips and tricks while they're fighting or after they're fighting, whichever one's preferable more to you. With that being stated, my eyeballs. With that being stated, 30 minutes before the event ends, you should call back in a call back in your recruiting party if you are hosting the event, and then have them run either 1 to 2 short combat rounds of TDM. Because right now there could be troops up there at Station 4 in latency line, and now will not get this. But you give them the full squad experience. You let them get a full taste of everybody all together with those recruiting parties back. So they get a full field experience with teammates and some other such, showing off our proper communication, the efforts and skills of our other members, and further growing their interest. Are there any questions, suggestions, or alterations to this?
Monk, look. Claymore left at 8:44.
Got you. Thank you.
Frank stepped
But
away
that
to
is
get
how.
food.
Gotcha. That is essentially how each station should be ran. Does anybody have any questions about the prior stations or anything? Alrighty, something NCOs need to understand, even if it is not your specialty being the rules or tech marine stuff, you guys can still be picked for that. Officers, you can still pick any NCO for that. Because sometimes maybe a few of our newer tech marines might be better out recruiting than in here. Some people have more knowledgeable stuff. We might not always have a wizard. We might not always have a chaplain, apothecary, or tech marine to explain these things. Something I will explain for the apothecaries or people with the mental support role being that if there are any medical disabilities of this member, either after they're done with this or when they first join at Station 1, if they have anything they'd like to report that may make our jobs harder, we want to be as accepting as possible. We send them to an apothecary that is in instance and or anybody with the qualifications of the medical document to get those recorded and logged, because we don't need to. An old member we had, she had a heart murmur. Lovely lady. She couldn't do any PT. She was strapped up to a bed at home. And she also had the special condition of every now and then her heart would fail. It greatly, or not greatly, it
immensely,
severely.
Gladly, there we go. Gladly, it never happened at an event. However, it did have to be put in that document that, hey, she has a heart murmur. If at any point, without reason or word, she just falls over, slumps over, do not worry. Her heart monitor is connected to the hospital or whatever, some such, to where an EMT would be, fucking
Called to her house. Notified?
Yeah. So, with that, these are all the core things that tonnage will help you during these recruitment days. Not to mention, this is the core way to run a recruitment run. It gets them through clear, cut, and simple. They leave if they want. They stay if they want to continue to have a little bit more fun, and we continue to grow that intrigue. But you always want to be welcoming, considerate, clear, fast, cut, and concise so that we get this shit moving as fast as we need. I know some days are slower than others, but this is how it should be ran to run the most effectively. I know that some of us, when applying for a recruitment run, we do not particularly enjoy doing anything more than the recruitment run. However, if that is the case, have somebody else take it. Or if we're running a bit over time and now we can't do the field event, ask for an extension. See if people are willing to stay a little bit longer for the new recruits to get their stuff. With that being stated, however, shit, I might have to end this early. I ran faster than I expected.
Again,
I do
good
have a
problem to
closing
have.
statement on how important tonnage is. I think I wrote that down. Oh, hey, yeah, I do. So, basically, to reimburse on what, to reimburse on why fucking goddamn command.
Are you
To go
okay?
over why all the shit we learned today was important. Holy fuck, God. And Marwin, you thought you'd stutter doing this shit. So, basically, to go over everything we went today. Today wasn't about learning new rules. It was about understanding how your behavior shapes the way our people perceive our rules. Not to mention, command presence is not about being feared or loud. It is about being steady when others are uncertain. When a leader stays calm, our unit is going to stay focused and concise. Your tone, posture, and reactions are always being watched. not only when things go wrong, but especially in these first interactions with people, not to mention in its entirety, because you're always presenting yourself, not only yourself, but the chapter at all times you wear this armor. Empathy does not mean lowering standards. Our talk about favoritism earlier. Just because you favor someone does not mean they should be given any exceptions. However, once again, like Marwin said, perception, how you perceive this person's currently acting, you see they're distraught. You're not lowering your standards by showing this individual empathy when they're stressed out, angry, or whatever else. It means understanding the people and understanding people well. My fucking eyeballs, I have this written down. God damn. It means understanding people well enough to correct them properly. Standards enforced without empathy create resentment, and empathy without standards creates weakness. Going over our earlier talks of how favoritism can fully affect everything and when to properly change your tone. This is going to go into my talk about initiative. Whenever you see something going wrong, make sure to use your proper tone when correcting things. Initiative is leadership in motion. Leaders who don't wait for perfect conditions or permission to care for shit. If something goes wrong, you act on it as best as you can. Presence is what people remember when you leave the room, not your rank, not your title, but how you made them feel about the day and themselves. Remember, we're an Eternal Vigilance Fleet family, and we want to feel like family to these people, because I know I might have my grievances with a fair few of you. At the end of the day, do I hate any of you? No. However, whatever my thoughts may be, I'm not letting that affect myself here. I'm still treating you all like family. Maybe the cousin I don't like, but either way, I'm still treating you the best I physically can. Mentorship is something important to go over with this, because you might grow connections with some of these new recruits. I know I've known some of you since you were wee baby babs, like Camino over here. And fucking... It's important not to get confused with mentorship confused with favoritism, because if you do, holy shit, mentorship is how this unit survives long term. Every leader here is shaping the next leader below them, because we want to do our best to leave a legacy here for everybody. If you don't guide your people, somebody else will, and not always in the way you want. Meaning, sometimes if we're not doing our jobs right, that could incite revolt. We had a few issues with that in the past, and God knows we don't want that shit to happen again. And finally, every interaction you have, especially during recruitment, represents this fleet. You're not just speaking for yourself, you're showing others who we are, the big old goofy family that we is. If you remember nothing else from today, be calm, be consistent, be professional, and take responsibility even when you feel uncomfortable doing so. Such as a beautiful example, if Viper is here, he is not. So, Viper showed a beautiful example of taking responsibility. There is a situation with people. There was an incident report written, and he is a friend of one of the people in this incident report. He's choosing to stay out of the situation to do his best to not show favoritism. There are a lot of multiple ways you can present yourself, tone yourself, and use your actions to reflect on the people around you. That earned him a bonus point. Great honor to his duty and making sure he didn't do his job wrong. But other than that, that's all I have for you, and we can leave early if y'all want. Or if anybody has any questions, suggestions, or other things.
Also, Marilyn, why'd you get the close-up whenever he started stuttering?
It wasn't on purpose. I just stuttered up. I think he was doing a panoramic.
Yeah, I know. Because I saw the camera go from right here to right in front of you as soon as you started stuttering. So I was like, that's an interesting choice. Yeah.
But once again, just like the last time, or what I stated in the meeting the last time, everything I go over today, I will be looking at over the course of the week. Demerits and bonus points can be given. Sorry, there wasn't a bonus point given out today. However, they can be given throughout the week. And I will not tell you about demerits. I will greatly advocate for your bonus point. However, demerits will stay private until the full end of this. So, with that being stated, your points will still be public. Everybody that was here today will get 3 points. Do not worry about it. You all did wondrous. However, that might end up being 2 depending on the answers I got from some of you. But via my discretion and being... From what I saw today, you should all earn an easy 3 fucking points. Otherwise, does anybody have any questions for me before I dismiss this?
No.
Alrighty, beautiful. You're all good. Have a fun one. Check out the map more. Feel free to use it at events. I've picked a wonderful roster of maps to show off during these training days. Bye-bye.